So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts web exclusive Iron Man 2 Mark V. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to these web exclusive Iron Man figures. We don't get a window on the front of the box because of course it is a web exclusive, but we do get a very nice image of the Mark V there. Then it does say SH Figuarts, Iron Man Mark V. On the bottom says Marvel, Marvel Iron Man 2, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box, pretty basic for SH Figuarts Iron Man figures. And then here is the top of it. Same thing as the bottom, and then here is the one side of the box with a nice close-up image of the Mark V there, and then here is the other side of the box looking pretty cool with another image of the Mark V, and then the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at one of the cooler armors from Iron Man. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and once again Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job with another Iron Man figure. This Mark V is just dope as hell. The faceplate looks sick. We do get the translucent plastic on the eyes there, so great job with that. Very nice sculpt on the faceplate and the rest of the head. So very good job on Iron Man's helmet there. And then the neck looks good. We do get some nice sculpt work on it as well, the front and back. And then we do get the arc reactor, which looks sick. We do get some nice sculpt under it and a translucent plastic over it as well. And beautiful sculpt all throughout the torso here. This midsection piece is like a separate floating piece, but it does help out with the articulation. But really clean paintwork all throughout the figure. I just have one little paint issue on his thigh, which I'll show you shortly, but where the maroon meets the silver, nice clean paintwork, and like I said, just beautiful sculpt all around the midsection over here. I do like how we get like a darker gray mixed in with the silver there. I think that looks pretty cool. The side looks great, beautiful sculpt and paint again, and then the back, very nice job with the detail. It just looks insanely awesome, especially around the lower back. That looks really cool. Even the upper back looks dope. Beautiful sculpt and paintwork on this figure, man. The shoulder pads look great. Very nice sculpt on those. And then even under, we get some nice sculpt work on the shoulder there. And then the arms, beautiful sculpt and paint. Once again, really great job there. And then we do get some sculpted lines on the elbow joint as well. So I really dig the way that turned out. One little issue I do have is you can't fully extend the arms down. See how they're kind of like bent a little bit? That does irritate me a bit. Now for the lower portion of Iron Man's Mark V armor, they did a great job with the sculpt and paint once again. Very nice sculpt and paint where the silver meets the maroon over here, so really great job with that. I like how we have like these bolts or something right there, the silver on the maroon. Even on the inside of the leg, that looks cool. That's really cool looking, that little tiny detail, the paint and sculpt. And then this is where I have the paint issue. There's some random silver paint all over the maroon there. So that does kind of suck because this is a web exclusive and it was double the price compared to a regular SH Figuarts. The knees look good. I do like how they sculpted the knee joints, and we have this little piece on there. That looks really cool. Very nice job on the knee joint. And then the lower legs, beautiful sculpt once again, and very nice paintwork. I love the way the calves look. The back of the lower legs, that looks really cool. And then the feet are die-cast metal, of course. Very nice sculpt and paint on them, so very good job with that. And then the bottom of them, we do get the peg holes for the blast effects and some sculpted treads. So overall, once again, Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job with another Iron Man figure. The detail is just beautiful looking on this piece, and it's probably the highlight to me for this Mark V. They really did knock it out of the park with the paint and the sculpt. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we pretty much get the same stuff that we get with every Iron Man figure. We just get one added new accessory. So we do get a total of 8 interchangeable hands, same exact hands we get with every single Iron Man figure, and I do wish that they would give us an extra pair, like an extra pair of open palm blast hands without the pegs on there. I don't know why they never give us those hands. We have the open resting hands, but you can't make it look like he's shooting a repulsor blast because the peg insert is not on an angle. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and beautiful paint and sculpt all throughout these. They painted the repulsor silver, so nice job with that, and very nice sculpt all throughout it. Then we do get the plate of armor on top of the hand that you have to swap out. Every time you swap the hands out, you just wiggle it back and forth till it unpegs. Pop the new hand on first, and then peg the hand armor back on there. So we do get a pair of fists, and all his hands are very simple to interchange. Then we also get a pair of open hands here. Very nice paint and sculpt once again. Very clean paintwork for the repulsor there. Very nice job on the top of the hands, so we do get a pair of those. Then we do get a pair of karate chippity chop chop hands. Very nice sculpt and paint once again. So really great job with these. And then finally, we get the open palm blast hands with the peg on it for the blast effects, and very nice paint sculpt once again on these hands here. And the way you get the blasts on, all you do is just peg it right into the hand, as simple as that. So we do get those 8 interchangeable hands, and then we also get 6 different blast effects. So we do get 4 for flight, and then we do get 2 for blasting. So we do get the larger ones here, which are meant for the feet when he's in flight mode, and it's the same exact ones we get with every Iron Man figure. And the way you put them on, you just peg them into the bottom of Iron Man's feet, and they stay in there pretty good. So we do get a pair of those, and then we do get a pair of the smaller ones here for flight for the hands, and same ones we get with every Iron Man figure, as you can see there. So we do get a pair of those, and then finally we get the repulsor blast effects here, and same ones that we get with every Iron Man figure as well. So we do get those 6 blast effects, and then finally we get the suitcase that has the Mark V inside of it. And if you are curious, you cannot open it, so don't try to, but they did an excellent job with this suitcase. Beautiful paint and sculpt work all throughout it. Nice clean paint where the silver meets the maroon there. And I really dig that maroon paint. I mean, that's some beautiful paint that they used. But very nice job on the suitcase here. Really cool added little accessory. Finally, we don't get all the exact same things. We do get a little added something with Iron Man here. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with the Mark V. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Iron Man's Mark V. To the top of its head, it looks like it's a little bit over 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the Mark III Iron Man, the Homecoming Spider-Man, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Black Widow, the Civil War Ant-Man, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool and Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, basic for SH Figuarts Iron Man figures, we do have 2 joints at the neck, and the upper neck joint is on like a barbell type joint, but you can get Iron Man to look up about that much with the upper neck joint, which is pretty damn good. Then he does look down a decent amount, and then we do get very nice pivot up there, as you can see, and then it also swivels. The lower neck joint, very good forward and back movement. So with both joints, he does pretty much look all the way down, and then he does look all the way up. And we do get a tiny bit of pivot at the lower neck, and then we do get a tiny bit of swivel as well. So pretty good movement at both the neck joints. And we do get a point of articulation at the torso under the chest. And with that joint, Iron Man crunches forward a pretty good amount. But then going back, he doesn't really go back that much with that joint. And then we do get pretty good pivot there, as you can see. And then we do get swivel as well. Now for the waist, it does go forward a really good amount. So with both joints, he does crunch forward decently. Doesn't go back as good though. No pivot at the waist, but it does swivel. Now for the arms here, the shoulder pads are on a hinge, so they can hinge up and down. Then we do have a nice circular motion out of the arm there. Be careful not to rub the shoulder on this piece, because you will cause paint rub. And then the arms do go out to the sides a little more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in all the way. Then we do have a ball joint on the wrist, so it can swivel and you can move it all around. And then the hand guard here is on a hinge as well. So pretty good movement throughout the entire arms there. Now for the legs here, they do shift down a really good amount, so you get some nice movement with the leg joints there. So Iron Man kicks forward about 90 degrees. Be careful not to rub the thigh on here. You will cause paint chipping or paint rubbing. And then they do go back almost 90 degrees. And then Iron Man doing the splits here can almost kick out 90 degrees with each leg there. So very nice movement with the legs. You do get a little bit of swivel at that joint there. Then we do get a thigh swivel as well, but it's on like a ball joint, so it can move forward and back, and it can pivot as well. So nice movement at the upper legs. Then we do have a double jointed knee that bends back pretty much all the way, so nice movement there. Then on the back of his leg around his ankle, this piece is on a hinge, so it doesn't hinder forward and back movement with the ankle articulation. But we do get, whoops, we do actually, wow, we don't really get a swivel there. It gets hindered. I didn't even notice that. So the swivel does get hindered at the ankle, but really does not hinge up that much at all, so that is a bit disappointing. Does hinge down much better, but then we do get some pretty good pivot there, and then we do get a very tight toe hinge that really doesn't move too much. So overall, I think we do get some really good articulation with this Mark V. The ankle movement isn't as good, but you're still going to be able to get him in some good Iron Man-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark V. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks.com, but I'm not sure if he's going to have this for sale on the website. I do know that he will have it at his booth at Frank & Sons, which is in California. And don't forget, if you ever do buy something from Agelessgeeks.com, to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Let's see, SH Figuarts, Iron Man Mark V, Marvel Iron Man 2, Tamashii Nations, and Band-Aid. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to these Webby and Boopity-Boos. We don't get a window on the front of the box because of course it is a web exclusive, but we do get a very nice image of the, what the heck? Now for the height of the Mark V here to the top of its chibi choo. So now for the articulation, basic for SH Figuarts Iron Man figures, so we have So now for the articulation, basic movement for SH Figuarts Iron Man figures, so we do have blah blah blah.